Good morning. These red boxes here are to go lower imbalances that I'm watching. But we do have our first 5-minute green vector, and London VWAP is sitting at 492. We also have imbalances upside on the 5-minute. Kind of want to see what the market decides to do this morning. Like this is such a waiting game. Maybe we'll come back and take that 200 EMA on the 1-minute. We're very close to market open. Curious to see if we actually take back the 500. Where's 500? This is just looking ridiculously crazy. going to give this a couple of minutes and really let the market decide what it wants to do. It took back all the imbalances from the London session. So how much of this is a stop hunt for the overnights, or otherwise we're almost back to yesterday high. There is a violet vector to come back to. We'll see if they actually take it. I want to give this another 5 minutes to settle down. And that could be that stop hunt that we were looking for shorts. This does look very strong. We've now almost fully taken back the imbalance. So it'd be dumb to take a long right now. I mean, to take a short. We just cleared that 5-minute imbalance and pushed to the upside. I have a blue vector. I really want to see if they're actually going to take out the psychological high or not. I didn't think. We're very extended. I'm going to take some shorts. Might get smacked real quick for this, but trying to see where that psychological high is. There we go. So if they take out the psi high, then I'll get out. Moving stops to break even. It could come back up, but this does look like a reversal. But they need a fail to hold yesterday high. We are going to trail these stops, just in case it does not continue to melt like I think it's going to. Just tap the daily VWAP, waiting to see what they're going to do with it. This might be... Okay, right now we're holding the daily VWAP. There we go. We just broke the London VWAP. I'm going to adjust my stops again. Just not wanting to leave too much on the table here. Back to the 50. We did just get a red vector on the 15-second. Let's see if they continue to push price down. Back to the 50 EMA on the 1. Below the 50 EMA on the 5. This looks like we should continue to melt. See if we can push down further. Looks like we're picking up some buyers here. Waiting to see if we're actually going to push through this 50 EMA. So it does seem like what they want to do. If we reject the 200 on the 1, the 50 on the 5. But we're just waiting to see. We have a lot of overnight imbalances down below. Looks like we are going to get stopped out. Here we go. Let's see what it does with the New York VWAP. We just tagged it from the underneath side. I might be going short again if we reject hard. Yep, we're going to try this. I'm going to leave my stops right there at the top of that previous wick. And see if we can't continue to roll over. Sometimes they want to come back up and fill this red vector on the 5, but I'm going to wait and see. I don't think this was a pullback to go higher. See if they can break that previous low, or if they decide to come right back up again. Everything stops to break even. Cut the trade. I think we're going to continue flushing through, but we did get a rather fast push down on the 15-second on that midpoint of Asia. Okay, so now that I have group 1 or group 2 at 1,000, I'm going to switch to group 1. So these are the other group of Apex accounts. There's also some live accounts on here. Looking for a rejection to come back into play on these. We're now violet on the 5. I think this violet could turn red. Taking sells again. As long as trade of 8 doesn't get all funky. I'm just anticipating them to come down and take out these previous overnight positions. We are, however, holding, so I might get stopped out on these. That was really close. Now we're stopped out. There we go. Okay, so this is our new 15-minute candle. This would basically be like the ORB setup. You now have the first 15 minutes. Now we're just waiting to see what they do from here. I'm looking for a rejection. See if we can take out that previous high or if we reject it. We have green vectors coming in. I'm going to take sells here again. I want to give this enough room to move. Oh, let me switch. There we go. This should show live trades for group 2. I forgot about that. Again, looking for sells to come back down again. Just kind of watching price here, see what it does. Pushing back up again. Looks like we might go retest yesterday's high. Not really getting any vectors on the 15-second. And we still have no vectors on the 1. But we did close above the New York VWAP. This might be the shift that we're looking for. I'm putting stops at break even. I really want to see them pick up momentum to the downside. Come back testing Asia's midpoint. Nice red vector, nice push. Makes this look more like an M formation to go lower. We did take out this previous green vector wick for wick, so I might have to consider closing these. I don't want it to come all the way back up, so I can always look for another entry. We were violet and green at the lows, which is usually a reversal, but I don't trust the 15-second when it does these vectors as much. I'm more looking at the 1 and the 5. 5-minute is also violet with 22 seconds left. Yeah, I think we're gonna tap those out and just take that as a win. This is a lot of wicks on the 5-minute. This looks like it wants to go up, but I'm gonna wait until we kind of get out of this range that we're in. Looks like we're failing the daily VWAP. And we are kind of pinning the New York VWAP as well. This looks like rejections again. I think we're starting to get more of what we're actually doing today. I am putting stops at break even pretty quick though, just because we are at the midpoint of this range. And it does keep wicking, so we'll see. We'll try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Kind of pulling back up again. Let's see if we're actually going to follow through this time. I'm going to trail stops on this. Level for level. So that way if it takes me out, you know, that's okay. Yeah, kind of like that. Still looks like selling pressure. These red boxes are imbalances I have marked off on the 5-minute. I just don't know if we're going to get a push up before we decide to do that. Let's look at the 15-minute here. Oh yeah, this definitely looks like a rejection. Push up to come down. We're back in sells. We've bounced from this same price a couple times now. So that might not have been a very good fill, but this 15-minute might be trying to decide what it wants to do. Just in case, that'll be where my stops go. See if we can go take out the low of the day. Low of the day is at 431. We are getting multiple red vectors on the 15-second. I'm actually going to close this just because that was a rather fast push down. It could just come right back up again. For the time being, I'm going to sit this one out. I think it's just for fun. Let's see what my totals are for the day. So the running totals right now, which these are not all live accounts. Some of these are live. The ones in the top section are live. The bottom section are all evals, but total we're looking at like 12,000 so far today. It'll be nice when this is actually all live funded Apex accounts. Does look like we're dropping off this daily VWAP again. Daily VWAP is sitting at 490. Kind of seems like we want to roll back over. I feel like we're waiting. 2 minutes till the new hour. We are starting to move lower, but I'm expecting a pretty hard tap here on the daily bottom. So we've now taken out this imbalance and this imbalance that I had marked off. I do feel like we could come back down again. Looking for these imbalances here. Maybe a touch into last week's low. But I'm going to wait. We now have 2 violets on the 1 minute. If this, in the next 8 seconds, if this closes, we might actually be looking for a possible reversal. Nope, ran my stops clean through. That's fine. A lot of interest in these 520s. We're gonna run break evens. Yep, that was actually the micro M structure. Might get taken out of positions here. I just had one entry that was not as good. Waiting to see if this is going to hold this 800 EMA or not. I think we will get another push down. Yep, there we go. Got stopped out. That's okay. We had a pretty good little relief rally there for a second. SD3 is expanding downward, which means they could be working this lower. Test, test. Can you hear me? Looking for longs. Okay, great. You might have just rejected off. No, we didn't test the 50 EMA. We're pretty far from it. I think we're okay to pick up some longs here. Just for a short scalp back to the range. Maybe retest daily open. Getting kind of wicky. I'm going to cut this. I don't like how it was acting. It was like pulling back really hard. I had kind of a late start, getting the stream up today. Yeah, this looks like a rejection. So maybe we will go lower and take out these imbalances in this red. We break the, oops. We're at the bottom of the TDI on the 5 minute, but looks like we could just continue riding down. I'll see. The 800, the 200. We may just ping pong our way down. Just kind of checking the daily to see what we look like. A long wick to the upside. We could come down again. No, that's too far from my trading range. Okay, Violet, we did retest the 50 on the 1 hour. We'll see. If we can break lower, then I don't know where 1 hour or 4 hour. There may not be enough down there for them to come down all the way. 4 hour, we do have this green vector here that we could come back to. I guess I'm gonna draw it just to be safe. As a possibility. This does look long though. Yeah. Just trying to find if I can get an entry. Am I safe to go long here, or was that just... I always try to think like the fast move is the false move, like when it gets real wicky like this. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna come down again. No? See, I say that and then it just pulls right back up again. Like, what in the world? I need better direction. Could take this back to VWAP. I don't know if we're gonna get there. We just pinned the daily open. Yeah, I think I really need it to move away from... This is starting to look like a W formation to go higher on the 15 second. You have red vectors pushing this all the way down, and then we did get kind of the second test, and then it did start shifting out. I was just too slow to pull the trigger. Let's see if it rejects the 50 or not. The 50 on the 1 minute, I mean. This area. We are getting multiple wicks. Okay, was that a false W? Are we coming back down again? In a way, I wish I had taken that short again, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I guess we broke the highs, we broke the lows, and now maybe we're going to continue breaking the lows. We're basically at a flip zone. This area right here is what we're watching to see if they flip from here. Let me change my colors. There we go. So if they fail this area, then we're probably going further down. That's just based off of candle structure. Okay, looks like we are going to go take those imbalances lower. I'm going to sit this one out for now. There's been some really nice action in the afternoons. So I'm going to stream for another 45 minutes. I'm going to cut myself off at a 2-hour stream and then come back. Or, I'm going to try to stream later. It's also around the same time I have to get my kid, but we'll see. Hey, Wells. You done trading for the day, Wells, or no? There we go. Rebroke the lows, taking back the imbalances. Yeah, no problem at all. I was definitely thinking short after what it did last night. I just don't want to do something I'm going to regret. So I'm kind of waiting. Really? Peeling it right back up again? And they left these vectors behind. Really? Come on. Oh my gosh, if on a 50K account, yeah, no. Definitely micros is the way to go. Yeah, I've got the husband is learning on a 50K account. He's doing micros as well. He uses like 4 micros. But yeah, I tell everybody like a mini on a 50K is too much. You have to have way too good of entries. Okay, am I really gonna buy this? I am gonna buy this. If I get smacked for it, I get smacked for it. I've like kicked myself in the nuts so many times for not taking these micro W structures. But it needs to actually push out of here. It needs to prove its worth to go long, otherwise it's just gonna come down again. Okay, that was a fast push up. We're gonna go ahead and move to break even. Kind of see if this is actually gonna push or if it's gonna come back and be a douche. I usually do good for like the first 2 hours of the market. Well, from once New York pre-market opens. Yeah, I think I've seen so many of Nasdaq's crazy ass W's that I kind of get a feel for it in a way, if that makes sense. Like I've seen them so many times. I like how the wicks are all below the 800 EMA. Are you using... I need to actually adjust my SD to my standard deviations on this because like this is really pathetic. This yellow, I can't read this yellow. Does this seem like it's clear or no? Like, is it hard to read a lot of this on the left-hand side of my screen or no? Okay, that makes sense. We're going to see what we do here with the daily open, if they decide to just kind of flip back down again from this spot or what. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and peel these off. I've seen it zigzag too many times and I don't want it to come all the way back down to the 800 on the 5. Ow. I just stretched and had a Charlie horse in my bicep. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a nice candle. And I remember I used to scalp like, what's the max? I don't know. I used to do like max contracts on these Apex accounts. I don't think I could do that now. Not unless I just feel like burning through evals. And I don't feel like doing that. So I'm going to take these slower than what I used to a year ago. Not really in any rush to get them past. Okay, so we're back to the daily VWAP and the New York VWAP. Okay, that was scary. One of my computer screens just went black on me. I was like, oh no, what's going on? No, and then my mom just walked in and she got a new phone yesterday. So she was like, "Can you still check my location?" I was like, I don't know. So I was trying to check her location. Okay, I got 30 more minutes of trade time and then I'm out. This looks like an uptrend, right? I don't know. They're leaving an awful lot of imbalances here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. This is not where I want to take a long position at. Not even for a scalp. Even though it does look like we just retraced the VWAP and now are pushing to the next next standard deviation band. The bands just look tight today. Like here's one, standard deviation 1. There's 2. 2's up here for the session. I don't know if we'll actually get that or not. But we do have imbalances up there. Well, there's standard deviation 1 hit. We pinned it as well. That could be a pullback. And notice there's all green vectors pushing up. Yeah. They may just not have, after that crazy ass move last night. Did they take Asia's low from last night? Wait, why am I doing this on the 15-second? It's like pure torture. Oh yeah, they did take Asia low. That's right. From last night. I was having some crazy shit happening last night. I was like 21 contracts deep on some of this push up. I was like, that's too much. We're getting out of that. Like now. I ended up having to shut off the computer and just go to bed. It's like that is degen. I don't need to be doing that. Ooh. The October yearling sale for the racehorses is available. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I tell you, I'm gonna like make all this money trading and I'm just gonna blow it on racehorses. I love seek and destroy. I love zigzag days. Those are usually my best days. But I don't see a zigzag yet. Not quite. But that's because I still rely on vectors. I am to the point, I think if, say, one day I woke up and there was no vectors present, like I could, that it wouldn't work or whatever, or, you know, Tino deletes it or I don't know, whatever from TradingView, I would still be able to make money in this market. I've seen enough to, you know, understand the psychology of it. Yeah, I think we'll actually take out the psychological high at some point. We're not that far, and there's still imbalances up there. I think this was all them building to go higher. Yeah, there we go. Getting a nice fast push off the standard deviation 1, pushing to 2, I believe. Yeah, SD1. So 2's up here. Trying to see how fast I can get this done. Okay. I like these colors a lot better. Whoopsie. Oh yeah, I like the stand now all these standard deviation lines aren't gonna bother me. Yeah, I like having like if you can understand, you know, what the turnaround looks like a normal just turnaround, right? Like you can usually figure out pretty quick what which direction, which vectors they're going for first. Hubby must have came in and checked. He's reminding me not to overtrade. That's why we have 20 minutes, roughly. And then I'm going to cut the stream and I don't know what I'm going to do. Do something. See what we do here. This is, I think we're actually going to, we're going to turn around from yesterday high. Do I look at ES? You know, somebody, well, Tino always told me I should be looking at ES and using it as a confluence with NASDAQ. I don't trade ES. I did try it for a little while because everybody was like, oh, it's so much smoother than NASDAQ and it doesn't have as wicked of pulls and whatnot. But I like the volatility from NASDAQ. So I've just basically sat out and all I trade is NASDAQ. I don't know. I'm gonna actually see, like, I feel like this could be one of those seek and destroys. Like, we could just come right back. Where's the short position? Like, if we went short right now, stop would be that wick, and then I would just target this EMA, the VWAP. We don't have anything down here except for this blue vector. Yeah, no, it has been a good day. Wells, I just waiting. I just want to see what else it does. Marmite? What is Marmite? Now we've had. I feel like somebody's had this conversation before. Marmite. Oh, it's like Vegemite on toast. Okay. Definitely a British thing. B vitamin rich yeast extract spreads with a salty, savory umami flavor. I have had it. I don't mind it. It's definitely different. We'll go with that. It's different. See, this is when it starts screwing with my head. It's just hitting it a little bit earlier today. So I'm gonna wait. I think my mom wants me to take her to the store again today. So I may do that. Just call it a day. Man, look at that. I was like, oh, we're going to target the VWAP. And then it starts coming down. Oh, well. Not looking so hot for the 5 minute if it can't get over yesterday's high. Oh my God, Sean. Sean. No, I'm so tired. So, I have chores that I have to do in the evening. And like yesterday, I was going to come play poker. I was like, oh, I'm going to get there. Like literally as soon as I get back. I think it was I got back. I don't know. You posted the like 60 minutes until notification, and I was at the barn. So I have to leave the house and go take care of a cow. No joke. Hey, Trade Day just accepted my affiliate program. That's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, so yesterday, poker. Sorry I wasn't there to beat y'all. I can do like Fridays, Saturdays, I can do for sure. Otherwise, man, I really like my sleep. But no, I'm definitely not too cool. I wonder if this was our retrace. They couldn't make it back to the VWAP. We're going to try a little long here. Oh, it just tagged me right out. It was like, nope. That's fine. Pushed back up over the 50 and then was just like, nah. Oh, and then it goes. What a jerk. Sam or Sean must have popped in and then left. It's okay. Could have been a nice retrace into the 500s. It basically lines up with a 500 retrace. Let me give it some breathing room. Just kind of see what it does here. I think we're actually going to go retest up here. They're just kind of sitting at standard deviation 1. Figure just in case they just fail this, you gotta stop and play. Yeah, see, it looks like they're maybe they might have failed that one. Oh, the gym sounds lovely. Yeah, I think I'm about to call it quits. If it doesn't do what I think it's going to do, and it just keeps stopping me out, then I'm done for the day. Like, I don't have that kind of... I won't say I don't have that kind of time on my hands. I don't want to get chopped up after making a good chunk on these. Bye, Wells. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna end the session here. And grab a calculator real quick. I just want to see how much I'm up for the day total, since I don't have one of those little thingies that tell me exactly how much all this is. Oh yeah, look at that nice sell-off. All right, well, last time I checked it, we were at like 12,000 for the day. Now we're up like 17,000 for the day. So that's like the total for here. Can I make you skinnier? No. Oh, look. No, don't do that. Take a little screenshot here. No, don't do that. I just want you to go here. No. No. It's not what we wanted. Fine. You know what? Really? I cannot shrink this thing any more than that. It's ridiculous. There. Well, that is just gonna have to do. Let's just take a little snippet here. Oh, I can't do it that way. I guess I can. I have to do it on my other screen. Ta-da! Sweet. Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for showing up and watching me try to trade. And I'm gonna go find something else to do for a little while.